What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. It is World Rankings talk, especially after the week we had on the Rugby World Cup, where we're just approaching round 3 of the Rugby World Cup, and I thought I'd give a little bit of an update on how the World Rankings are doing. Obviously, not everyone's cup of tea is talking World Rankings, but it's very interesting to see how the tides have changed since we walked into this. I mean, there was a lot of talk. New Zealand not number 1, Ireland number 1, Wales drops her back. What's going on? How is it going? Well, today I wanted to give an update to see how things are going, because interesting stuff is happening and it's going to give an interesting taste as to what we're going to see in this knockout stage of the Rugby World Cup. I'm telling you now, it is going to be unpredictable. We are seeing amazing performances from teams you wouldn't have thought before. We are seeing some shocking performances from other teams we would have thought before. There's referee controversy talk. It is all, we're getting a bit of everything in this Rugby World Cup, and that's how it should be, and that's what excites me. So let's talk about the main thing. Ireland lost number 1 spot last week to New Zealand. They regained number 1 after really putting in a great performance against South Africa, rightly so, taking back number 1 spot in the world. Then we got the biggest changes of this past week. You got Wales rising to 2nd after being 4th. Now remember, they were 1st, 2nd, and then dropped to 4th. They are back up at number 2. So amazing stuff for them. Obviously, beating Australia was an important victory for them. So credit to them for getting to where they needed to get to. Then we got Ireland dropping. Ireland were number 1 2 weeks ago. They obviously lost to Japan. Didn't help them very much. And that shot them down to 4th place. Obviously, how that works is because they played a lower ranked team. That lower ranked team was so far down, beating them shoots them down and shoots the opponent up, and therefore Japan making an amazing comeback, going to the highest position ever on World Rugby rankings. I mean, not too long ago, probably about 2 months ago, they were 11th, 12th. Japan are now sitting at 8th in the world after that important victory over Ireland. And credit to this magnificent team for putting on such a great fighting effort in every aspect of the game. And I mean, they've got a chance to make history, get past the quarterfinals, or get to the quarterfinal stages. I mean, amazing stuff from this team. I love talking underdog talk like this, when we see teams really rise to the occasion. And if I did this 4 years ago, you would have seen me react and respect the same way when Japan beat South Africa. It was beautiful. It was brilliant. It was such a special occasion for Japanese rugby, just as it was in Japan beating Ireland, who were number 1 just 2 weeks ago. So well done to Japan, picking up an amazing rise in the Rugby World Cup. And they overtook Argentina and Scotland. They overtook Scotland. They overtook Argentina a few weeks ago. So well done to them. Amazing stuff. Georgia rising into the rankings as well from 12th to 11th. We saw Argentina go from 11th to 10th. Obviously, they could beat England this weekend. That will only give them an extra boost in order getting further. Obviously, our biggest fallers are Ireland. Fiji dropped from 10th to 12th. So that's a big loss for them. Scotland obviously dropping 9th to 8th to Japan. Tonga dropping from 15th to 16th. And Romania, who aren't even in the World Cup, dropped from 18th to 19th. So the top 10 teams are New Zealand on 90.98 points, followed by Wales, England, Ireland, South Africa staying at 5th. England also staying at number 3, with Australia and France staying in 6th and 7th. And then we got Japan, who have risen from 9 to 8. Scotland dropping down to 9, and then Argentina making the top 10. So they're back in that mix, which is great for Argentinian rugby, because, I mean, they are a great team. They're on the rise, and they've got a big game this weekend. Obviously, for them, they dropped to when they lost to France, but picking up another victory was good enough for them to give them that boost that they needed to get some points on the World Rugby rankings. Big games in round 3 of this Rugby World Cup. Obviously, the highlight for me is England versus Argentina. A lot on the line for Argentina. If they can win, they've got still an opportunity of going through, depending on England versus France. They will definitely need to play to the best of their ability. Their scrums need to be on point, otherwise they're going to get knocked. You got Maratoja, you got freaking Vinopolos. I mean, come on. You got to play solid rugby if you're wanting to any chance of beating England. They've got a great squad. You got Farrell, you got Crikey. They need to play on a load. But Argentina have the team, they have the players in order to take it to the next level. They just need to use their heads and play solid rugby. What a weekend of rugby. I mean, crikey, 2 weeks of exciting stuff, of teams going up and down in the World Rugby rankings. We're getting closer and closer to the stage of knockouts, and that for me is going to be extremely unpredictable. I honestly cannot wait to see what happens. But until then, we will end this video there. New Zealand are back on top of the world as from last week. Wales are back at second. Ireland are now at fourth. But Japan are the highlights of this. They moved to the highest ever position of 8th in the World Rugby rankings. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.